I woke up Wednesday thinking I would go to the farmer's market at Pershing Square in hopes of finding a good selection of raw food and maybe a good story. As any prospecting writer would, I picked up a quick bite to eat to avoid any lack of creativity during my afternoon stroll. I grabbed a calzone from Purgatory Pizza on the outskirts of downtown and headed out. Noon in downtown is a mess, with traffic up and down every street, leaving any thought of finding parking a mere mirage. Finally, I find an open meter off Broadway on 5th Street. Realizing I have no cards and only $6 cash, I scrounge up every silver coin I can find for this $6 an hour rate. As I get out of my car, I am approached by a man who is saying he is starving and needs money. I offered him some of my spectacular calzone, to which he immediately upturned his nose and declined, walking down the street. While irritated at first, my curiosity forced me to follow and talk to this man, abandoning my meter with only 7 minutes accumulated, and I introduced myself.
My name is Jason Patrick Hall. I'm in the streets because I have no food in my home, and anyways, I came out here looking for some change to get something to eat from this young woman who was putting change into the parking meter. She said, "I don't have any money or cash, but I have food. I have half a calzone, as bomb as F." I said, "No, that's all right." And she was saying I can have the food if I needed it.
Why wouldn't you eat it if you were hungry?
I've had experiences in the past where I've eaten people's leftovers at restaurants. You know, I have a different appetite than most. I've done that before, and I've had some sicknesses. You know, I've gotten food poisoning, and it's just affected my central nervous system. So, I mean, this is what's happening here. I'm not homeless. I'm not considered to be homeless. I live right down here at the Roslyn Loft Apartments on South Main Street. You know, I'm not a wealthy man. I'm middle class, even if that, but I just moved into the building 2 months ago. I'm 38 years old. I've lived in Los Angeles all 38 years of my life. I've worked all around the city. You know, I have a career in retail. I'm very good with money. You know, I'm actually an aspiring student. I have a lot of faith. You know, things have been working out for me lately, but here I stand.
How does it make you feel to ask people for money or for change on the street?
It doesn't make me feel much anything, because these people are not, I don't know, and I don't understand it to a certain degree. I've always been terrible at money. I'm unemployed. I'm looking for work. I don't know, it's from within. I'm looking to take care of this on my own. It's something I've been going through constantly, struggling with, but I'm doing much better. I really am. I'm doing way much better.
Are you constantly looking for employment in anywhere you can around the city?
Well, I mean, I just moved here, but that's always an option. I think it's better when you're doing something you're proud of, when you're motivated to go to work each day. You know, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. You have something to live for, right? You're doing the right thing. You're spreading a good message. Or, you know, if you see a situation that is compromised, you change it from within. It's just the way I was taught, the way I was raised.
Do you think maybe it's a bit of a cop-out to ask people for money instead of, you know, maybe just taking a McDonald's job, even if it's something you're not proud of, just to make it, you know, for that food you said you were looking for?
Not in the long run. I mean, everything breaks down statistically, and the amount of money received, or, you know, I'm thinking about more than just myself. I have a family, and, you know, I want to be there for them just as much they're here for me.
Do you live with your family?
No, I do not. In fact, I don't even know where they reside. My only contact is through like mobile devices and cell phones.
Do you do this every day, and how much do you make a day from doing this?
I do this when I have to, and I don't do it unless I do. I make maybe $8 a day, you know.
I gave Jason the $6. He smoked a cigarette and held his cell phone up to his ear the entire time we talked. As we started walking our separate ways, he said, "I'm actually glad you're a journalist. Don't make me look bad, okay?" Then ducked into Walgreens on the corner. With no money in hand and an expired parking meter, I hopped back in my truck and headed home. Part of me left feeling glad I could give him 75% of his day's earning if he was indeed starving and all that was true. The other part of me couldn't help but wonder if it was all BS. I wasn't really buying what he was selling. On Reddit, there's a tip to not feed the homeless in LA because that money will go to drugs. But besides that bold statement, when you see someone on the street who turns down food when they are supposedly starving, it sounds a bit off. Yet, hearing someone say they are starving either way just doesn't sit right. Right now, the LA Food Bank is estimating 1.4 million people in Los Angeles County live with food insecurity, which means approximately 16 of those who live here do not know where their next meal is coming from. Hunger affects old and young alike. I suppose the safest way to give back to people who want help is by donating or volunteering in controlled environments. Donating things instead of money can be a safer route for the Good Samaritan. Whether visiting the downtown women's shelter or the Los Angeles Mission, there's places to give and receive help confidently. I guess I'll never know where my $6 went, but I do know that downtown has opportunity everyone should make the most of. Perhaps I'll make it to the farmers market next week. Thanks for listening to me, Ali Reyes, on Venture Downtown LA.